session of the chapter life processes, that is excretion. So far we studied about the different examples of life processes including nutrition and then circulation, which means transportation. Then we studied about the respiration, which includes animal as well as plants. So today you are going to study the excretion in plants as well as animals. So first of all I am going to study, or I am going to take the session regarding the excretion in human beings. So excretion is nothing but the removal of metabolic nitrogenous waste from the body is known as excretion. Excretion is nothing but the removal of metabolic nitrogenous waste is known as excretion. So far we studied that the plants and the animals removes the unwanted gases in their body such as oxygen as well as carbon dioxide through the process called respiration. In the human beings, we remove the excess or the number of carbon dioxide molecules in our body through the lungs, and in plants likewise the oxygen molecules are removed by the stomatal cells or stomatal aperture, which is formed during the photosynthesis. So that is the different thing. So excretion in the human being, where the removal of metabolic nitrogenous waste, which includes the nitrogenous waste includes which may be urea or uric acid. So urea or uric acid which are removed from the body during the process called excretion. So when you come to the lower organisms, you might have studied in your lower sections that amoeba consists of contractile vacuole. Amoeba consists of contractile vacuole. So this contractile vacuole which stores the metabolic nitrogenous waste, and whenever it contracts in its body, it expels that excess nitrogenous waste from the body of the organism, that is unicellular organism. When you come to the different higher organisms like fishes, amphibians, reptiles and birds and mammals, they have a different excretory products. Humans excrete urea as a nitrogenous waste. So here the metabolic process. Metabolic is nothing but the sum total of all chemical reactions which are takes place in the human body, which may be constructive or which may be a destructive process that you will study in your higher sections. So here excretion is nothing but the removal of such nitrogenous waste from the body. And you are going to study the excretion in human beings. You might have studied the structures, excretory structures in the human body in your lower sections. What are the excretory structure from which the human excrete his nitrogenous waste? Those are kidneys. So in the human being, if you observe its excretory systems, you will get two kidneys which are present on either side of our vertebral column on the back side. Those are two in number. So here these two kidneys look like somewhat reddish brown in color. Reddish brown in color, and these kidneys, whenever it filters the blood, that filtered urine will pass through the vessel called ureter. Those are two in number, one on either side of the vertebral column, and the urine which is stored in the highly muscular bag-like structure, that is urinary bladder. It stores, which means urine stores in the urinary bladder till it receives the signal from the brain to release through the transfers the oxygenated blood from heart, as well as vena cava, which removes the blood from which carries blood to heart. So the gases exchange or the removal of unwanted gases in the human being takes place in the lung region. In the lung region, what happens? The removal of carbon dioxide will be removed. What the process takes place? The removal of carbon dioxide takes place in the lung region, and the removal of nitrogenous waste takes place in the kidneys. Here in the kidneys, blood undergo filtration process. Then it removes the unwanted nitrogenous waste. So this is how the human kidney is structured for the removal of such a nitrogenous waste. In the kidney, it is consists of several number of small tubular structures. Those tubular structures are called nephrons. These tubular structures are nephrons. These nephrons are the structural and functional unit of kidney. These are structural and functional unit of kidney. The structural and functional unit of kidney. So these structural and functional unit of kidney are responsible for the blood filtration. So the structure, this is the structure that I am going to draw here, is the blood vessel, which undergoes several modifications here, which forms the cluster of blood vessels. This is what we call glomerulus. So this is the cup-shaped structure. This is called Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. This is the first part of the nephron, which looks like a cup-shaped structure within which the blood afferent arteriole, and this is efferent arteriole. So afferent arteriole, which brings the blood into the Bowman's capsule, that goes through the glomerulus, and efferent arteriole, which removes such a blood. So this is the blood. These are the blood vessels which carries the blood towards the kidney and away from the kidney respectively. Here the blood vessel forms the structure like this. Forms the capillary structure. This is what we call glomerulus. Then the nephron, which forms the tubular highly coiled structure. This is what we call tubular part. This is what we call tubular part, and again this tubular part is connected with the structure called collecting. This is what we call collecting. So now, how the filtration process takes place in the nephron regions. So nephron are nothing but structural and functional unit of the kidney, which helps for the filtration of the blood. During the filtration, it removes the nitrogenous waste. This is the nitrogenous waste. So these nitrogenous waste are removed from the glomerular filtrate. This filtrate is about 127 ml per minute in the single kidney. So that in 1 hour our kidneys filtrate about 180 liters of glomerular fluid. So what if we excrete 180 degree of glomerular filtrate per day? Usually we excrete only 1 to 2 liters of urine. Only 1 to 2 liters of urine. The remaining 178 liters where it gone? So it is that whenever this glomerular filtrate passes through the different tubular structures in the nephron, some of the useful materials will be reabsorbed. Some of the useful materials will be reabsorbed in the tubular part of the kidney or nephron. So how it is absorbed? This, what I drawn here, afferent arteriole. This artery will be in the parallel way of this structure, that is tubular part of the nephron, where the reabsorption of the remaining useful material takes place from the filtrate. Remaining, what I told you, remaining structures or remaining materials like water, glucose and some salts are reabsorbed to the blood vessel in the remaining tubular part, and lastly the unwanted part, that is urine, will be collected in the collecting duct. These all the collecting ducts combined togetherly open into the tubular part is called ureter. There are two ureters on either side of the kidneys, and through the ureter the urine will stored in the bag-like structure, that is urinary bladder. This urinary bladder is a highly muscular structure. Whenever it receives the signal from the nervous system of the human, it contracts and releases the urine to the urethra. So the function of the urinary bladder is under the nervous system in the adult, so that we have the ability to do the urination by our urge. Okay, so this is how urinary bladder is under the control of the human nervous system. From the structural function of kidneys, where the filtration process, the removal of such a nitrogenous unwanted material takes place from the blood into the kidneys. So this is how the kidney functions for the removal of the waste material, that is nitrogenous waste, which are secreted or which are created during the metabolic process. You might have seen or you might have heard about the dialysis process in the human beings. So in the human beings, whenever it requires, means during the accidental conditions, somehow the human might have lost his kidney, or the improper functioning of kidney, or the improper supply of the blood to the kidney. So these are the what I am going to tell you. These are the some reasons the person who lost the filtration process in his body. The blood is purely filtered in the kidney to remove the excess sugar or salt, excess water, or all the waste material in the human body. Whenever the function of the kidney stops, his body undergo different diseases, or he may acquire different diseases, or eventually leads to the death. So hemodialysis are nothing but artificial kidney, where the human is connected to the machine, and that machine acts as a kidney, where the removal of nitrogenous waste material will takes place. Again, the pure or filtered blood is again input in the human who is undergoing the hemodialysis. Okay. And next, created or which is made up during the photosynthesis process, like a oxygen in the plant, which is removed during the opening and closing of stomata. Oxygen is the waste gas or the gas which is formed during the photosynthesis. This gas is removed whenever the opening and closing of stomata takes place. That during that time the carbon dioxide will remove from the plant body. Like that, excess water in the plant body is removed by the process called transpiration that you have studied. So next, plant body consists of different dead cells. So these all kinds of dead cells are removed by falling the leaves, and excess salts will be stored in the old leaves, and that old leaves will fall off during the excess material. And in xylem tissues, the plant stores resins and gums. Plant stores resins and gums. ರಾಳಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಅಂಟು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So these resins and the gums are stored in the xylem tissue of the higher plants. So these are nothing but the waste material which are stored in such a forms. Likewise, the plant also removes the waste material into the soil through their roots. So this is how the plants removes their waste material from the plant body. One is oxygen, which is released during the photosynthesis process, is removed whenever the opening and closing of stomata takes place. Next, the removal of excess water through the transpiration, the removal of dead and remaining tissues through the leaf, and the resins and the gums are stored in the xylem tissues for its removal, as well as the excess materials which are also being removed by the plant through the roots into the soil. So by this, the chapter life process is finished. You studied about its definition, and you studied about the different types of examples like the nutrition, transportation, or else the circulation, and you studied about the respiration process, and you studied about the excretion. The chapter which at the end having the excretion in the human as well as plant. In the human, the excretory structures are nothing but a pair of kidneys, which is having the structural and functional unit of kidneys. They are of many number of nephrons. These are the structural units which remove the waste material from the blood through the filtration process. So the glomerula is nothing but the group of blood vessels. From that blood only the excess, the unwanted nitrogenous